welcome back. We're back in Guardian now with Shurikra, and she is going to assemble her team once again. Well, it's a team of 2 originally, but we're about to get a 3rd member, and he is standing right in front of Ivory's tent, so there is no getting around him. This is Britsis, Kobold, who made a brief appearance in Master of the Wind. He was mentioned a lot of times in the lore too, and he's shown up kind of intermittently, you know, between different parts of this game. He's kind of like Galdar, I guess, in the sense that he's very formal. He's a little more prone to outbursts than Galdar is, though. He'll spontaneously bark when he's really sort of energized or incensed or whatever. And you know, he's sort of a I don't know how you describe him really. He doesn't get that much screen time, to be honest, but he's kind of like Galdar, but a little sillier, I suppose, is the best way to do it. And we're back with Ivory here, and she's going to you know, perform a technique here that's really pretty insane in terms of, you know, what magic is supposed to be capable of in Master of the Wind. I'm not sure how to describe it. She takes them up, and she basically is able to give them a like an aerial view of you know, parts of the world, and she says that it's like she's looking at it from the stars' point of view or something like that. But it's just a very powerful form of clairvoyance, I guess you could say, and she's able to, you know, share her vision with the 2 of them for a while. So she's a very powerful psychic, and you know, that will you know, be an important point for the end of this particular story arc here. So the Wyvern Fang are hiding out on a temple on that island there. Now that island is actually supposed to be Altar Island from Master of the Wind, where you went to you know, chase down Solest and everything, and towards the end of the game. And but you know, there's probably going to be a lot of inconsistencies. I mean, some things are the same. I mean, the altar is in there, the Altar of the Abyss, although I don't know if they call it that, but it's the altar. And then you've got, you know, that's where you can cast the forbidden spell of rebirth, and that's, you know, that's been central to the Wyvern Fang's plots. Now with this game, all the mythology about the forbidden spell of rebirth and necromancy and the altar and all that, it wasn't I don't know how to, it was kind of like loose, you know. It didn't really have any like really concrete set of rules and what have you. And between the 2 games, you know, when Artbane and I began to realize that the, you know, forbidden spell of rebirth and necromancy was going to be you know, central to Stoic's plotline. I mean, because you got a main character who's a skeleton, so it's much more important in that case. And we really hammered out, you know, how that works, and it was much more convincing, I guess you could say. So there's inevitably going to be some inconsistencies, both in terms of, you know, the appearance of the area and probably some of the specifics of the spell and what they do with it. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself because it's going to be a little while before we, you know, see the altar. Right now I'm just getting a handful of things from the weapon shop. This is another new technique for Shurikra. These throwing knives that increase in strength. You know, the higher your attack goes up, so they should be pretty good now since I got a level 50 carrot here. Getting some new weapons. Okay, that's all that stuff. And so we're going to, you know, make our way out to the island, and then, you know, go through a dungeon, which if I remember right, is it's quite long. You know, it's one of the longer dungeons, and then we're going to have to confront the Fang, and this will be the last confrontation with the Fang. This is about to wrap up, but it's going to be, you know, pretty high stakes. Let's get some armor, and then see, Ivory actually is not trained with armor, so she can only wear kind of robes and stuff like that. So she's probably one of the more imbalanced characters. I mean, she doesn't have that many hit points. Her attack is very unique in the sense that it, it does damage, but not much. It's mostly you want to get status effects by using it, and but her magic, man, it's so powerful. So it's she's not very well rounded, but it's interesting to play. So now you see that Shurikra has been working on this this raft for a long time, and I guess it's pretty easy when all the trees are like the same height as you. Yeah. But anyway, so we're going out here, and it's not a very far journey. That grave down there is sort of a little reference to my wife, or actually, she was my girlfriend at the time. Her dog died while I was making this game, so I made a little gravestone for him, and all it says is, in memory of the dog's name, which was Pepsi. So you could look at that, and you might think that, I'm kind of eulogizing the Pepsi brand, but no, it was a dog. I'm not sure why they called him that, though, but, who knows. So now we're at this place, and it certainly doesn't look like Altar Island that you guys saw with all the, in Master of the Wind. It looks like the lunar surface. Here it was just kind of like dark and maybe a little swampy looking. Now we're in this temple, and I guess this would be the same temple that we went to in Master of the Wind as well, but again, it doesn't look anything like it. And it's, much bigger. The temple there was like kind of one room. But so this is Thon from the Fang once again. And I really was hoping that, people who play this just hated this guy, because he's just obnoxious, and he's always poisoning you. And he runs away all the time. He's just one of those guys that you just want to beat the crap out of. So hopefully that came across. And the thing with this dungeon is that there's all these statues that can come to life and fight you if you step in between them, which is important for a puzzle later, but for now we're going to fight these two. And Britsis comes equipped with all of his skills, including really powerful earth magic. And then of course we got Ivory with her zodiac spells. So we should be able to clean these guys out, no problem. Yeah, okay. They hit pretty hard though. Nice, okay. Yeah, see, that only did 1 damage, but the guy did get blinded, so that's worth something. Ivory takes a lot of strategy to use effectively, or at least more so than, the others. I'm getting all these stat boosting items, but I figure I should wait to use them at the main party since these guys don't get much playtime. Oh yeah, so Thon just made a reference there, after poisoning them, of course, that Khanda, the guy who we beat the last time we had to deal with the Fang, is alive again, even though he got knocked off the building. And so let's see what that's about. And what? Oh yeah, I had to hit those switches. That's why they're there. Herp, derp, derp, derp. Alright, okay, go. Now this is actually, those monsters, that was the first boss, remember? Seth summoned one of them, so I guess this is where he was getting them from. I think in Master of the Wind we said that they came from like an alternate universe, so who the hell knows. So the thing is here that you see the statues there, and I have to move the statues to kind of make a similar pattern to get through this door. Actually, we get the key, which will in turn open that door. Seems like an unnecessary extra step, but whatever. And then we're gonna walk through there, and more fighting because we walk between the two statues. That's consistent. And eventually, there's a puzzle that centers on that. Though I don't think we're gonna get to it this time. This dungeon's pretty lengthy. Which one of these do I want to use? Sometimes I forget what they do. Let's do that. They have a lot of hit points. You've got to be like at least 1,000, if not more. And so what else can I tell you? Britsis, has an interesting combination of attacks. He's got earth magic, and then he's got a few other sort of, I guess, kobold-specific attacks. He can, howl, and that gives you a little buff. And I think he's got just some other, like, generic scratching or slashing attacks, something like that. But for the most part, he's pretty solid earth. And that's good, because there wasn't really an earth mage represented in the group up to this point. And neither Shurikra or Ivory are really attached to any particular element. Ivory gets a nice mix. Alright, so now we got these pillars, and it's not as cool as in Master of the Wind, where you could like kind of direct your trajectory. You just kind of hit the button and you're going. Now this is a pretty easy puzzle. You just push these friggin' boxes. I made fun of stuff like that in Fort Drake that one time. But okay, so we got a new thing for Shurikra. This is a one-hit kill if you can get it to work, the Assassin Dart. So that can be useful in certain situations. I think it's like 40% chance of working, which is pretty damn good. Alright, so now I gotta hit this thing. It's moving. Time it just right. There we go. And this is a room. I hope you can hear this because you have to like walk, and then you hear a little bell go off, and that tells you where the switches you have to hit are. And so once you find all the spots, it creates a bridge that you can pass through. So we're gonna see it's all over the place here. Nothing up there. Yeah, there we go. I'm guessing there'll be one more close to the end of this little corridor. Yeah, right there. Okay. And then more fighting. More vapor guys. Well, don't feel like dealing with that. Alright, so we're at the top now. So you get to go to the roof of this place, and then you go down through the other side. Got some new claws for Britzis. And I suppose that's enough for now. And we'll continue this next time. Peace.